Yes, maybe you had the knife. Maybe you made the cut. But those were under my orders. I put the knife in your hand and I told you what to do.
These sentences do not help.
Right.
Well, I'm Matt.
And I'm Carter.
And I'm Mckinley Cardwell.
And welcome to It's Kind of a Gray Area.
Yeah, welcome back, Mckinley. For
Thank you.
His second episode with us.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of doing like a whole deep dive on our childhood, pretty much. If you missed the first episode Mckinley was in, he is my oldest childhood friend. We've known each other since we were like 5 or 6 years old.
I annoyed the crap out of him.
Still does. So the last episode McKinley was on with us, we talked about a prank that we pulled when we were younger and had the universe weigh in on whether or not we were horrible children for having done that. Today, we're going to do something similar by doing the exact same thing with a different story.
I just want to preface and kind of backtrack and say that the universe said that you were bad kids for doing that.
Yes.
And the prank went too far.
But are we bad kids for this other thing that we did?
You're just looking for we weren't all bad, right, universe?
There were some good times, right? I really want this story validated. So, here's the setup. It is middle of the summer. Don't quite remember how old I was. Let's just say like 11 or 12.
Probably because of all that Red Bull you drank.
Probably. So, this is middle of the summer. I want to say on the weekend. Like, it was a Friday or a Saturday. I remember it being stupid that my parents said he couldn't come over. Pulled an audible, chose to ignore that.
That's a good way of saying I just disobeyed my parents. I just pulled an audible.
Yeah. So, McKinley comes over, and we're
I was honestly easily peer pressured into this whole entire thing. Really didn't take that much. He was just like, "You want to come over?" I was like, "Your parents okay with it?" He was like, "No." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So that's just your way of blaming Carter for the rest of the story.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Go ahead, Carter.
Hey, I take full blame for everything that happened in this story. I chose to ignore my parents. I chose to tell McKinley to come over.
He handed me the knife.
Yes, we'll get to that. That is an actual thing we'll get to.
That's gonna get very interesting.
Right. So
can we get to the story?
Yes. So we're in the den and we're playing Minecraft or something. After like an hour or two of that, it's around midnight, maybe a little past. My mom comes downstairs, and the den is adjacent to the laundry room.
Best thing I did was I just pulled an underground railroad because I knew it wasn't supposed to be there, so I hid in the laundry room.
Yes. So she comes downstairs. You immediately go hide in the laundry room. Then I go out to kind of assess the situation, get some recon done. So I walk out to kind of gauge like what she's doing downstairs because it's late. It's like 1 a.m. or something. So she just woke up for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe my dad was snoring or something. But she got up and went downstairs and started watching a TV show or was reading a book or something that looked like she was going to be there for a while.
Yeah, she just committed at least a half hour.
Yeah, and it's a weekend, so it's not weird for me to still be up. I'm just down there by myself hanging out. So then I just, walk past her and then I go upstairs and McKinley is still currently trapped in the laundry room at this point.
You should have just gone to bed.
Yeah.
Be like, meh, he'll figure it out.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
I could have if I
No,
chose
seriously,
to.
I think the worst part was that my phone was starting to die, and I didn't want to play any games because I was getting really bored in there. I was in there for close to 3 hours.
Were you in there for 3 hours?
That's what it felt like.
I didn't realize this whole thing played out over that long.
So that means
time.
20 minutes. 20 minutes in reality is 3 hours for a kid when they're stuck with no phone.
Right.
That was ridiculous.
But yeah, so he's trapped down there. He could leave the laundry room, but then he would be in the den, and she might walk in there at any moment.
It's like going past a sleeping lion, except the lion's not sleeping. It's just reading a
Exactly.
book.
Yeah, you just want to stay in the laundry room away from the lion.
Right.
Yeah, that's the idea.
So I have no way to get McKinley from where he is out the door without her finding out that he was there after telling me that he couldn't come over. This is a prison break at this point. So I needed an excuse to get back to the laundry room. So I just pull all my sheets off my bed, go downstairs and tell my mom, the cat peed on my bed. I have to wash these.
I remember the best part is that him walking into the laundry room every single time a different task at hand.
So there was a window in the laundry room, which was the easiest way for McKinley to escape. But there was a screen on that window. What was the first thing that we tried?
Okay, so I remember the first thing we wanted to do was we had to get the thing open first, all right?
Oh yeah,
so,
we had to actually open it without the noise.
That was one of the loudest parts. So I just remember being in there and all that stuff. And I guess you started up the laundry machine. So I went,
yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I remember because we were coordinating with the movements with the sound. We would wait. I think I would even try to close the door or something at the same time that you moved it to try to really cancel out the sound.
Yeah, I was really freaking out about
Your
this
mom's
thing.
outside the door Okay, all right, that squeak checked out.
So we do that. We finally get the window open, and then we realize that there's a screen there. So then we spent some time trying to see if we could pop the screen off without it being too loud. We just didn't pull the trigger on that. It was just not quite.
It was too
safe.
risky.
Yeah, it was too risky. We didn't want to do that. Like there would be too much of a sound, and then she would have to come in there and see. So what happened?
All right. So next thing, he ends up going back upstairs, right? And I'm waiting.
And
there
we're on
for
the
an
phone
hour.
talking
All
back
right.
and forth.
Yeah, we're just texting. I'm just like, dude, I'm freaking out, and also he's just like, calm down, it's fine, and also, and so
I'll get you out of this.
Yeah, and so he keeps on texting me. He's like,
I've got a man on the outside. He's waiting for you. I'm gonna get you to him. I promise.
well, anyway, so like I'm still trying to work the window, and also he's texting me like, all right, is there a window thing? And I was like, no, we can't do this. So finally, like, he doesn't answer for 10 minutes. So I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself. And I remember talking about this. We talked about me just staying in there till morning.
Yeah, that was one of the options.
Yeah, and then
To when everyone's awake. So that's,
exactly.
that's a great
Yeah,
plan.
and then I think that
and
was
just
when we
saying that,
realized there was a problem.
hey, I came in to grab something and everything, and Carter allowed me, and I was like, you didn't see me come past,
Right. Something. Or just wait for her to go back to bed, but it was kind of starting to seem like she was never going back to bed.
You have
Yeah.
those nights sometimes.
Well, I'm waiting there for like 10 minutes. I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So he comes in with a knife in hand. So it was so funny, but he just looks at me and gives me this like death stare, like this was like the final option.
This was like right before we go into battle. We might not make it out.
We went to DEF CON 2, and he was telling me to use the nuclear option. That's what was going on.
Yeah. So
Alright.
that's the point that
He's
it
like,
came down
Mr.
to.
President, you have the keys.
We've
Yeah.
exhausted all our other options.
Right.
All of them.
Yeah, I remember he just looks at me, he goes, cut the screen. And I'm like, okay. And then he walks out of the room.
Yeah.
Cut it, man!
Right. Which we had discussed this possibility when we first walked into that room. We knew either we wait for her to go back to bed and then we sneak him out, or wait till morning, or get out through that window somehow, or distract her in some way to get him past. Which that seemed really sketchy. Really was on the fence about it. And I told him, like, look, like, I'll take the fall for it. I'll say that it was me. Like, don't worry about it. You're not gonna get in trouble. So cut the screen, and then I see McKinley from my window. I can see him get out of the window and like run out into the street, like he just broke out of prison. That moment had such a tangible feeling of like freedom, of like he made it out. I'm just looking out there like, my God, he made it. It all came together.
I remember I got like halfway up the street, and all of a sudden he texts me, he goes, this is Shawshank Redemption, except you're Morgan Freeman, and you got out this time.
Oh, spoiler.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Shawshank Redemption.
I'm so sorry.
That's the story. So the question is, were we horrible people for doing that? Now, right off the bat, damage the property. Let's take that off the table.
Yep.
We already knew that was going to be a thing. We were already fully prepared to replace the screen.
Wait, that's off the table?
That's off the table. We're not.
I paid for the window screen. All right.
Oh, you
I
did?
remember, yeah, because mom kind of like guilted me into it. She was just like, McKinley, you need to do something about this, because she knew, but she wasn't gonna say anything.
I tried really hard to get him to not
You're a
have
really
to
cool
do
mom.
that, though. I tried very hard to take the blame for it, but yeah, you know how things are. Now, my justification for this was, you might have been able to tell that I laid it on pretty heavy from the start.
Yeah.
It's summer. We're kids. Nothing was going on. There was no legitimate reason for him not to come over. I mean, I was disobedient, and that in itself is wrong. No one got hurt. Nothing bad happened. There was no corruption in any sense, outside of me getting him to destroy property.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I don't think the question is, are we bad children? I think it's, do parents go too far so that their children end up becoming rebellious later on? Because the thing is, I guarantee you, if they had more trust for us, we wouldn't have had to go to these extents, or we wouldn't have had to worry that badly.
All right, so the question is, were you bad kids?
So your answer is no, our parents were bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not my parent. Well, I
Right.
say that back. I mean,
No, Carter, your parent was bad.
every parent has their flaws.
I would say, especially in this situation, that you are not at fault. Yes, maybe you had the knife, maybe you made the cut, but those were under my orders. I put the knife in your hand and I told you what to do.
These sentences do not help.
Right.
Maybe there's a good reason you guys couldn't hang out that night.
There might have been.
But since we don't know their side of the story, we can only take yours. You did the practical thing that a child
Yeah, it
would
was
do.
the practical thing for
Yeah.
sure.
I wouldn't say right thing. We haven't determined that yet. But practically, yes.
My final answer for this would be that I do think we took it too far. I think the smarter choice would have been to just accept that McKinley couldn't come over to that night and just sneak out and go over to his house instead. That would have been the cleaner
Oh
choice.
my gosh!
Why didn't we
yes.
do that?
I'll honestly say that you didn't take it too far. A property got damaged, but it's like literally some of the cheapest property to do.
So since you guys are in agreement, why don't you square off and then I'll take the winner?
All right. Like
Okay.
to dinner or...
No,
Dang it.
to their defeat.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Gosh,
Boom.
All right.
gonna talk in none of these.
You don't get to play a second round.
No, maybe third episode.
Maybe.
All right. You ready for this?
Yes. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. So I win.
So
I lose, but I win.
you didn't take it too far. It was just a ridiculous situation.
I feel very validated, especially since the universe said that the mop prank was too far.
Vindicated by the universe.
Thank you,
Ooh,
universe.
that's a t-shirt. All right, so let's go into the Would You Rather.
Yeah, again.
Which I have.
Yeah.
Would you rather have your skin change vibrant, bright colors
Okay.
depending on your mood at the time?
Interesting.
All right, kind of like a mood ring, but your entire body.
Right.
All right, or every time you walked, you'd have to like wildly flail your arms around. So basically, people would know your true emotional state
Right.
at all times, assuming they have the color chart to
Right.
match the.
It probably just matches with like a mood ring.
Yeah,
right?
probably. Yeah, you're like red, no one bothers you, or kind of look like an idiot in public.
Right off the bat, I like the sound of the color thing. I would tell people that I'm an alien. That would explain why my skin constantly changes colors.
I don't know if you want that kind of attention from the government or people wanting payback for probing, but go ahead.
Is that a thing? Are there people out there like
Yeah.
trying to like get back at aliens?
I'm sure there's people that's like, yeah, I was abducted, and they probe me, and then if you're like, yeah, I'm an alien, they're like, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna put you through what you put me through.
Sounds pretty personal for you. That's over here at Probers Anonymous.
It's anonymous for a reason, Carter. All right, so you would go with the skin color?
I think that level of honesty would be kind of refreshing. Like if you're in a bad mood, people can tell. Like if you're sad, someone can tell that you're sad and that they should like cheer you up. If you're like really happy, people will find you more approachable. I think this would come in handy more times than it wouldn't.
All right, McKinley, what are you thinking?
See, I got really shallow about this. I'm definitely going with the color one because the thing is that when I'm walking up to like somebody that I like and all that stuff, I don't want to have to flail and do all that. I mean, having to explain that is one of the worst things ever. If you just wore your emotion on your color, that would just make things so much easier. So you could just like look at them
That's
and
what I'm
then just
saying,
like change
man.
color and be like, I'm happy.
Right.
I'm sad. I will say the other cool thing is that you could also be used for like psychological training. People like evaluate you.
It would be kind of like an MRI machine. They can basically tell like how your brain reacts to certain things.
You gotta pay for that. So like you can go into like college classrooms and be like, all right, psychology students, try to make me feel better.
Are you guys ready to wrap it up?
Yeah. So we found out that the universe thinks that we did the right thing by cutting the screen.
Wasn't too far.
Yeah. I feel good about that.
And I don't know if I answered, but yeah, I would pick the vibrant color, skin changing emotion.
Right. Yeah. We
thing
would all
also.
we would all choose the
should agree with that.
mood ring skin.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, remember to comment, like, and subscribe.
Don't drink alcohol while pregnant. It's just a bad idea.
Yeah. Ring the notification bell.
And if all else fails, hide in the laundry room.
And make sure you wear a mood ring so your friends know which personality they're talking to. And as always,
IKAGA.
Yup.